everyone. Welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot and Astrology. I'm just going to use cards for this one though. I have a great question from Mark Schroeder from Canada. Hey! He wants to know if Jack Smith, whether or not Jack Smith has the call logs between the phones of the Secret Service agents who are in charge of driving Pence away from the Capitol. The phone logs between, or phone calls, text data, all of that, between Pence and Trump or his minions. So that looks interesting to me. I can't wait to check it out. So anyway, let me just swap out cameras and bring you over my table. Okay, so I'm using Ciro Marchetti's Kipper. Hoping I have enough lighting here. It's one of those dark days out. Okay, so I know I've read on Trump cell phones and what Jack Smith had, regarding the insurrection, of course. And I know I just did that probably 2 or 3 weeks ago. So if you want to look at that video, if you haven't yet, I'm sure I titled it Trump cell phones something something. So it would be in Trump's playlist, and it wouldn't have been too long ago. Yeah, okay. So, but this particular question is, does Jack Smith have the call logs between the phones of the Secret Service agents who are in charge of driving Pence away from the Capitol? Remember, Trump wanted him to get in this certain car, the specific car, or some agents were telling him to get into this certain car. And he said, no, I trust you guys, but I don't trust where you're going or who's told you to come and get me. So he didn't get in that car. He went in a different car. So let's see. Does Jack Smith have those call logs? Well, this would be the challenging information that Pence was feeling. Here's the violent mob up here, right? This would be him knowing that they were yelling, "Hang Mike Pence," and him feeling helpless and a flat out, rut-row, challenging issue. Here's Jack Smith. This would be the violent, angry mob who's trying to steal the election or help Trump steal it. Here would be the call logs right here. Okay. Oh, and all the call logs, and has been examining them for quite some time. I don't think I need to go any further. I think this is it right here. I mean, seriously, it's just well, you know what? Let me go ahead and do some more, because let me just get a little further picture as to what yeah, definitely. Okay. Oh, for sure. Okay. For sure, man. Might as well keep going. I do have room. And here's Mike Pence. Oh, I'm glad I kept going. Okay. Might as well while I'm here, right? Okay. So, bottom line is, the answer is yes. If you're pressed for time, go ahead and just move on. But if you want to stick around, I'm getting some other information here. So I'm going to start with Jack Smith because he did appear. So did Mike Pence, but I want to stick with Jack Smith here. I think Jack Smith had a little information at first, but as time went on, he continued to receive information from all the text messages. I mean, we have to remember, Jenny Thomas. Who else? Oh, hold on. I think I have notes. Oh, yeah. I remember. I did write this one down. Jack Smith had revealed that the government expects to introduce the testimony of 3 experts who will speak to the use of cell phones by Trump and one other person after the 2020 election. So they have that. Yeah. Okay. And then, Jenny Thomas was probably the first one to... No, it was up from Mark Meadows. What am I thinking? It was Mark Meadows' cell phone data that revealed there was those 34... Oh, yeah, that... Oops. Oh, my goodness. I just kicked a little trash can here. But those 34 cell phones... 34 congressional Republicans who corresponded via text message with Mark Meadows, and Jenny Thomas was involved in that, going back and forth. So these are all of the, Andy Biggs, Mo Brooks. These are the ones we really know about. Ted Cruz. The check marked highlighted items, in case you're new to my channel, these are people that I read on, and so they're in there in the... I think it's a playlist titled The January 6th Insurrection. Yeah, Mike Johnson, now House Speaker. Ron Johnson, Jim Jordan, Mike Lee, Loudermilk. I remember that guy is in big trouble. Scott Perry, and then, of course, little Miss MTG. Chip Roy, he's in there too, but that doesn't mean that they're all super, super guilty. It just means that there was correspondence between their phones. So here we are with Jack Smith, who has little trickles that just kept coming out as he kept looking into it. And I think he was probably alarmed and saddened himself as to what was actually going on. But he's on top of it. He has the data. And these are people who were loyal to Trump. And then here we have... this, the crisis. This is my tower card, like the tower in the tarot, not the Lenormand, or Lenormand, not the Lennies, but with the tarot, this card is pretty much the same because it's all about crisis in the context of this question. So he's, of course, has seen this as a major crisis in our free and fair democracy. And he's been negotiating with people who were in the know and who were involved. So, we're talking maybe some plea agreements going on. With this poverty card up here, I'm thinking he doesn't have all of them, but maybe some more new ones will come in. Now, sometimes too, no, wait, I don't have other cards showing up to indicate that, so I just won't say it. I was thinking of money laundering, but I think that we can just look at it as not having all that he wanted. But I think he's still looking. This reading is as of late December 2023. Jack Smith, is waiting patiently and looking for maybe sometimes this card's just a down patch. It's kind of, it's knighting to him. So there's been a lull, I'm getting, in information that he expected to get, and maybe even from Mike Pence himself, because Mike Pence is up here exiting the reading, looking only at the past. And he has stood up for Trump many, many times, which isn't so good. But in the future, I think Pence up here hanging over the pathway card, which shows things developing over time, that's significant because of, Mike Pence is up here on top of the imprisonment card, which is if he's smart, he would want Trump incarcerated for this. But he hasn't really spoken out a whole lot. So now maybe Pence is looking back on time and thinking, man, I could have friggin' died, right? He knows he could have died. And he's, if he doesn't stand up and grow a spine, strong. He's a little bit by little bit he has, but I don't know if he's still strong enough. But anyway, if he doesn't, then he's a part of it. When it comes to a violent mob insurrection thing, if you're not on the wrong, if you're not taking a stance, basically, because we're talking about overturning a free and fair election. So anyway, as far as the cell phone data, yes, he has it. I have too many yes cards here to say, and this is, of course, more of the past. Yes, he does. To all of Trump's loyalists, whomever he could, whomever he could get. So we're talking also all of the that's what this is about. Okay. All of the people that he has, that the DOJ, doesn't have to just be Jack Smith, because he has whatever the DOJ had. He has whatever Merrick Garland had. So think of I think we're up to 1,200 people who've been incarcerated so far, because they were part of the mob trying to steal the election, or trying to do whatever Trump, said. And a lot of them are sorry for it. But anyway, that's what this is up here. That's what this is hanging over him for. Because here we are with these two cards knighting, and they are on his shoulder. So Jack Smith is taking responsibility to get everything he can, little by little, from these immature, angry, violent mob insurrectionists who thought that they were going to lose their country, and they were doing what their president told them to do. That's what this is. And then here we are with this just, down patch of the dude needs, not Jack Smith, but Mike Pence, needed to give what he had over to Jack Smith, but I don't think he did right away. I think he had to be, reckoned with. I think there was a reckoning for him. Because now he's looking at the past and thinking, why didn't I stand up sooner, is what I'm getting here. Why did I pretend I was so helpless? So when it comes down to it, even though this is all about the past, in Mike Pence's future, I think he will do what he can to, to block himself, restrict himself out of any investigation, but he also has tons of information that he could give. It's like, I feel like he's been holding back about something. But it doesn't matter, because Jack Smith has it all. And he'll get more and more. Again, simple, just suffice to say, is that Jack Smith has everything from the records, cell phone data, everything from these people who who were there to overturn the insurrection, those 1,200 people who've been incarcerated. And then, as well as, like I said, what was on Mark Meadows' cell phone, Jenny Thomas's cell phone, and who knows who else, right? I'm sure you guys can be forthcoming with anything you know about that. So anyway, to stick with the four corners here, it's like, yeah, this crisis of when it comes to whether or not Jack Smith has all the call logs, I would say yes, but there's still more, and there's something to do with Mike Pence holding back something, but I think he will eventually, because his reputation here is an issue. You know, he needed to stand up and be stronger, but he didn't, and I think in the future maybe he will. I can't say for sure because he's at a precipice right now, you know, and I don't know if it really matters because I think Jack Smith has a wealth of information that's going to continue to keep coming in. And we could even look at this this card. The message card is also our card for the Constitution, the document of the Constitution. So there are more people that are loyal to that than that are loyal to Trump. Yeah, and then this whole... I mean, that's the problem. Mike Pence could have helped a long time ago, a lot sooner than he did, but yeah, he didn't. So anyway, that's it. I'm going to just get this uploaded. But these cards are not good for Mike Pence around the corners and mirroring together. Just not good. So other than that, I'm just going to wish you wonderful holiday, and be safe if you do go out on, well, I'll be back before, of course, I'll be back on Friday, so that'll be well before New Year's. But if you're making New Year's plans to go out, do it in the safest way you can. Okay, bye.